Failure to utilize your talents and abilities is a tragedy because the universe gives you these things for a reason. If you have an ability to do something, you have a responsibility to do something. And it's up to you to explore within yourself what that is. For me, it's having these divine messages channeled through me to the world through this medium and allow you to realize that everything that you think is a reality is actually an illusion, like death. Death is the greatest illusion perpetrated on the populations of the planet. As silly as this may sound, I'll give you a prime example of how energy never dies. Suppose you have a blender, and in that blender you have any type of liquid, whether it's water, milk, whatever type of protein drink or smoothie you're intending on making. Now you take bananas and fruits and whatever, you put it in there. Now you can clearly see that when you put the banana in the blender, it's still in a specific form that you identify as being a banana. Or if you have strawberries or blueberries, whatever the case may be, they assume that physical form that is familiar to you. So you identify it as a banana, a strawberry, or a blueberry. Put it in the blender. Turn the blender on high. All of a sudden, everything disappears. Where did the fruits go? They didn't go anywhere. They never left the blender. They just changed form. As silly as it may sound, using that analogy, that example, that's exactly what happens in life. Life is eternal. It isn't like you only get one life and then that's it. It's lights out. You're going to take a dirt nap. It's just infinite blackness forever. That's what they want you to think. That's why they say the secrets to life, the mysteries of the universe, the great unknown. There are no secrets. God is not keeping any secrets from you. There's no mysteries to anything. Everything is right there. You just have to realize it for yourself. Death is an illusion, just like this holographic projected simulator is an illusion. When somebody can convince you that something's real and you believe it, then it becomes your reality, even though what they're telling you is a lie and what they're referring to is an illusion. And death is right at the top of this list. There's no such thing as death. You never die. You are not the body. So therefore, the body returns to its source, which is the earth, which is source, which is God. Every soul returns to God because no soul ever leaves God, because everything is source eternal. So just like I said about that banana in the blender, you put that banana in the blender, you turn that blender on. It isn't that the banana just instantly vaporized or dematerialized or just vanished from the face of the universe. It just changed form. It's still in that blender, but now it is assuming a different form, and the energy is still there. The value of the energy remains, irregardless of what form the energy assumes. So you have to listen to the programming that they put you under to make you believe these things. If you notice something, what is it they keep repeating over and over again about the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind can't think for itself. It can't differentiate between right or wrong. In other words, they're telling you your physical mind is like a mindless child. And what's the other thing they always tell you about? You have to reprogram your mind. Now, why would you do that? If the programming mechanism got you into that detrimental hardship in the first place, mentally speaking or spiritually speaking, or whatever case, may be for your instance or your life. I don't know. But the problem is that you were programmed in the first place. So reprogramming is just going to re-exacerbate the same situation. It's like somebody who's a drug addict. You don't want to become re-addicted. You want to become detoxified and remove yourself from the addiction. So you have to deprogram the mind. They won't tell you this for a reason, because they want you to keep re-enlisting again in the same social indoctrination camps that keep making you follow the same patterns. For example, you believe death is real. You believe that this life is all there is. You believe everything that they tell you as being the absolute irrefutable truth. It's just undeniable. You can't debate it. It's irrefutable. These are the facts. That's it. When they're not. They tell you what they want you to know because the information that you receive, that you believe to be the truth, is how they control you through that narrative. That is your unconscious social programming. Why would you want to reprogram with the same program that causes you to be a follower and obediently at somebody else's mercy? You want to deprogram the mind. That is what will allow the mind to disconnect from the third dimensional holographic illusion, break that barrier, enter into the fourth dimension, and be born as a soul. Because if you look at the physical mind, a graphic depiction like a drawing or an artist's rendering, take a picture of the mind. You could find them online. Not a photograph, that's a little too graphic, but a drawing of it, an artist's concept of it. And you take that photograph and you invert it. What does it look like? It looks just like a fetus. It's that way for a reason. The physical mind is essentially an embryonic soul. And your journey here is loaded with a lot of things for a reason. It's just filled with things, experiences, moments, situations, circumstances. Everything that you have already encountered in your life is making you a better soul. And it's also helping you to realize that you must deprogram the mind from the three-dimensional, linear, lateral, holographic, illusionary, polarized mentality, removing that egocentric perceptive lens of duality, and allowing the physical mind to reestablish and maintain a connection to your higher self. Your higher self is that portion of your soul that consciously chose to not incarnate in human form, thusly not being subjected to what you're being put through right now in this three-dimensional matrix. So when you take a picture of the mind and you invert it, you'll clearly see what's going on. It looks just like an embryo, a fetus inside of its mother's womb. That's exactly what's going on. So the whole premise of this is for you to realize that early on, so you don't have to come back again and again and again, being incarnated or reincarnated endless times until you awaken yourself to the realization of a universal truth, that you are limitless, and it has nothing to do with any programming mechanisms. Why would you want to reprogram yourself with something that caused you to surrender yourself to an external source? It doesn't make sense. So you operate from a brand new point of view, a brand new premise, a brand new perspective. Everything is new. Once you realize that everything you're taught and told is not the truth. And then you begin to understand, say, wait a minute, these things don't make sense. They don't add up. That's why people have what they call midlife crisis. Because all of their life they've been told all this stuff, and then all of a sudden when they get to a certain point, it isn't even a matter of having a series of epiphanies, as it is just realizations of like, wait a minute, now I'm garnering wisdom, which is wisdom comes from the accumulated experiences that you gather in your life. The more accumulated experiences, all things being relative, that's the more knowledge you will be able to refer to, and wisdom. And hopefully these are qualitative experiences and not quantitative. Quantitative experiences have no qualitative value, meaning that if you're doing the same thing, the same meaningless stuff, then you're just wasting your energy. You're not learning anything because you're just repeating the cycle. But when people usually hit that point in their life when it's just an awakening for them to say, wait a minute, I don't want to follow the formula. I don't want to follow the plan. I don't want to fit in. I'm tired of being liked by other people, not being myself, being afraid to be myself, self-conscious inhibitions, fear of being ridiculed, inferiority complexes. Existing in a goal-based achievement mentality because I've got to meet and surpass these unrealistic expectations that society has unnecessarily thrust upon me so I can impress others. You move away from all of that when you realize that you're not here for that. You're just here to become a better soul. You're not here to become something in their system. This is a temporary stopping point. Almost like, how could I put it, like a plateau type of thing, plateau, dormancy, training camp, whatever term you want to use. You come here to learn, to make you better at everything, not just as a better person, better soul, better energy, but to make you realize that everything is eternal. not finite. You're not a finite being having a limited series of experiences. You're infinite, experiencing the unlimited, the limitless. That's what it's really all about. So when you can consciously disconnect from their system and awaken yourself, because nobody else can, you will find nothing outside yourself, but you will create everything inside yourself. And that is what you really need to understand. And you will come to understand through the realization of awakening yourself that you need to disconnect the physical mind from their system. You need to resuscitate it. And you need to allow it to understand by deprogramming it that it must establish and maintain a connection to your higher self. And it's just that simple. And that's when life gets very, very beautiful, very, very quickly. And I hope that through this channel and through me, that these messages somehow manage to maybe shed light on things for you, or answer some questions, or perhaps things that you were curious about. Maybe it satisfies that curiosity that you've had about why this is this and why that is that. That's the reason why I have this channel. It's not about me. It's not about any of this stuff. It's my ability to do something, so therefore I have a responsibility to do something. Because I'm not making this channel about me. It's not about me at all. It's about the abilities that I've been given by Source, allowing Source to work through me as a conduit to you and the rest of the world, in the hopes that what is being said in this channel and the content that you're consuming is going to bring some enrichment or enlightenment into your life, and thusly will necessitate the commencement and the inception of some form of awakening within yourself. Because after all, that's what we do in life. We garner all of these experiences and we extrapolate the wisdom and we pull out all of the knowledge and we formulate our own ideas and understandings of things. And that's the perceptive lens that you create. But unfortunately, in the system, they equip you with the perceptive lens that only causes you to recognize their system alone and nothing else. That's why people think that this earth was created for them and there's no such thing as extraterrestrials or Sasquatch, or none of this stuff can possibly exist. How could it? All there is our cell phones, our internet, and us. That's it. Even though human beings are the newest species introduced to this planet, exponentially by billions of years. But people just don't want to seem to acknowledge that fact. They seem to think that this earth was created just for them. And it was not. So in parting, I just want to say that your journey is personal, it's individual, and it's something that you have to do for yourself. You make it what you want it to be. That's the beauty of life. It is not a one-size-fits-all. As I've said in my first video, there is no singular universal truth. The infinite is unquantifiable. Everything goes on forever in every direction for a reason, because your connection is one of an infinite, as mine is as well. But that doesn't mean we should fight each other over it. We should celebrate the diversification by saying, hey, I never saw it that way. Thank you for sharing. That's what really intrigues me about people, their perception on things. I was like, wow, I never even imagined looking at it like that. And I use the word imagined to give you an idea of what I'm trying to convey, but there is no imagination. I actually use the word image because I'm actually viewing something that exists. But that's what shapes and contours and molds your perceptive lens of life. Other people's perceptions, their insight, you take it, you can adopt it, you can filter it out, but everything is making you into something better, whether you realize it or not. Every experience, good, bad, or otherwise, is always leading you to becoming a better person. Because one of the reasons why you're here is because the universe put you here for what the universe needs for you to do on behalf of the universe. So you need to be a specific type of person with a specific type of character. And the only way you build character is through your series of experiences that you accumulate, in the hopes that from these experiences, you garner the necessary elements for you to move to the next level, the next phase, the next plateau. And also, before I end this video, I just wanted to tell you, no dream ever dies. They remain dormant inside your sacred space, patiently awaiting the power of your intentions to resuscitate them back to life. They are essentially in a suspended state of animation. No dream dies. That's why people have to come back again and again, incarnated, reincarnated, until you realize your dreams, your destiny, your fate, your karma, whatever name they want to use. To me, none of those names mean anything. I'm not into names and classifications. To me, it's all energy. But you have to realize you are a single drop of soul from an endless sea of source. That source is God. God is oneness. That's why time, space, and distance are illusions. You don't attract anything. You become a vibrational equivalent to something, and then you activate that vibrational environment that they operate in as elements that are conducive in that atmosphere, and that's exactly what you begin to see. Once you change your energy, everything concurs with that new alignment. And then you're like, oh my God, I never saw that before. I didn't even see that. How did I not see this? I've been missing this for years. It's just been there the whole time. It's just that you haven't had the right perceptive lens or the right positive high vibrational energy to view what is in a completely different vibrational environment than where you have been occupying for so many years. But God bless. Namaste. I wish you all the very best. And as I always say, you are always loved and you are never alone. And my hope for this, and as well as all of the other videos that I put up, are that you can get something positive, productive, and constructive that is conducive to the forward, progressive, developmental, evolutionary journey of your own life. Because all of the information that I've been given, I don't read in books. It's given to me through my intuitive guidance that is sent to me telepathically. That's the divine transmissions that are sent through my heart to my soul so I can disseminate this information to the world in the hopes that it can make somebody's life better. Because after all, that is what it is for me. It's for the betterment of my soul and the progress of my eternal journey as well as my internal journey. But have a blessed day, and thank you so much for watching these videos. Take care.